before we close, we want to take the opportunity to inform the community of an event at the State Capitol on April 20th from 3 to 5 that afternoon. There, we look to turn out folks to make a statement to our policymakers that we are not only interested, but we have been vigilant and we are prepared to participate in the policymaking process to ensure that people from all walks of life in Minnesota, people of color and women, low-income people from greater Minnesota to the core cities participate and take advantage of the investments that will be made in the future. Thank you for coming today, and we'll take any questions.
Yeah, Neil with Asian American Trust. I would like to ask both of you in the training. Let's see if the Department of Transportation and other federal programs give us 15% of the job. Do we have enough workers, the skilled worker? How many existing and how much we plan to, how many more we want to train in order to get that, let's say 15%?
Great question. Right now, if the compliance was pushed to the max, and let's say we got what we need out of this deal, there'll be 7,000 jobs from MnDOT created in the metro area. At 15% will be about 1,000 jobs. We have people sitting on the bench also who've been trained over the last 3 to 4 years. Now, these people aren't necessarily in highway heavy type machinery, but we do have drivers. We also have folks who are in the training programs now, and because of demand, we're having to increase our capacity. So we feel that we could meet the demand both with incumbent workers who are not there and also new entrants into the workforce. As a matter of fact, we're pushing for 25% participation, and we challenge the system to make us stretch our capacity. Yes, sir.
Good story, Alana. Great. What kind of strategies are you using for other departments? Because there are a lot of decisions being made by internal bureaucrats in counties, workforce departments, Department of Health and Human Services, money flowing through them. And I have is there any ways to make sure that the message of hire is percolating to those levels of decision making?
Sure. I'll take a piece of that and also turn it over to Patrick to talk about our works at the legislature. But we recognize that this effort has to be at multi-levels of government, both in the legislative halls and within the agencies. We have people who are directly involved with negotiations with the agencies, while simultaneously we have people who are interfacing with legislators in order to shape policy so that the hidden bureaucrat doesn't get to make the decision. That's at the state level. At the county level, for the past 18 months, we've built relationships in Hennepin County, especially with the county board, which has a significant investment in the light rail project as well as controlling the roads of Hennepin County. As a matter of fact, they are now at the point of a significant policy development that will require contractors to have identified their workers through our training system prior to coming to the bid packet and submitting the bids. At the local level, or the city of Minneapolis, we are working jointly with the Department of Economic Development in developing a Green Jobs Training Institute, where we are one of the core partners along with MCTC and Dunwoody. We have to focus our efforts, and since we're primarily aimed at workforce issues, we've selected the weatherization project and MnDOT as the places to concentrate both our legislative as well as governmental relations at the agency level. I'll turn it over to Patrick to tell you about how we're working at the legislature to take care of that exact point that you mentioned.
I would say that the work right now is divided into kind of three main areas, and one is the community awareness, organizing piece, and then there's the policy piece, and then there's, Dr. Corey, what you brought up is all those decisions being made by bureaucrats, by folks in departments and in local government. And I think that we have a lot of work to do, because a lot of those decisions and the folks who are in those rooms aren't very connected to the community. And so it's, we're just taking this weatherization piece as the beginning, but there's a lot of work to do. And we look at all the different areas in the green economy, and we look at local foods and constructing transit lines and all of these other things that can be considered part of the green economy, and they each have their own kind of bureaucracies that are attached to them. So it's a significant amount of work that we have to do. A lot of this is at the state level. We're working with Congressman Ellison's office at the federal level. We're in communications and have meetings upcoming with the city of Minneapolis and the city of St. Paul, the city of Duluth. We'll be meeting with the mayor in a week or two here. And so we're getting out there and we're having conversations with staff from DEED and the Office of Energy Security. But there's, at this point, there's more questions than answers. And I know Alana has done a lot of good work at looking at this.